LSU football during Ed Orgeron's weekly radio show on Wednesday night. Coach O said that wide receiver Terrace Marshall is ahead of schedule in his return from surgery and is out of his medical boot. Marshall, a sophomore from Bossier City, suffered a foot fracture versus Vanderbilt last time out for the Tigers. He had surgery that following Sunday. Orgeron last night was speaking on players that could step in for Terrace Marshall. Here's 012 talking last night from TJ Ribbs.
Yes, you're going to see Palmer play a little bit. You're going to see more Stephon Sullivan also, I think, and John Trey Kirkland. I think you're going to see those three guys that are going to contribute the next 3 or 4 weeks, how long he's out. And I think those guys are going to do a good job for us.
LSU senior running back Leonard Fournette left the LSU football team on Wednesday. Fournette, the younger brother of former LSU star and current Jacksonville Jaguars tailback Leonard Fournette, graduated in May and withdrew from school on Wednesday. The source told Edward Ashoff over at ESPN.com that Fournette just wanted to move on with his life. Here is Coach Orgeron talking a little bit more about the running backs rotation last night without Fournette.
First of all, Clyde's our guy. We like Clyde. And, John Emery and Tyron Davis has moved up the depth chart. We want to give them the ball. They're both great young men. I see 50-50. Right down the line, they do different things. They've had a tremendous week of practice. I think they're going to get better as the season goes on. The more reps they get, the more significant reps they get, the better they're going to be.
Yeah, I want to talk more about this Leonard Fournette situation, but the timing of it all is it's just very, very, very interesting. But I wish nothing but the best for Leonard Fournette and whatever he chooses to do with his life next.
New Orleans Saints this weekend. Will Smith will become the 6th member of the Saints Ring of Honor on Sunday, as first reported by NOLA.com. The former defensive end who was shot and killed during a road rage incident back in 2016 ranks 5th in the franchise history with 67.5 sacks. He was the captain and valued leader on the Saints' 2009 Super Bowl team and a Pro Bowler in 2006 when they made the NFC Championship game just 1 year after Hurricane Katrina. Sean Payton was speaking on a conference call on Wednesday on the amount of penalties that New Orleans offensively has gone through this early part of the season.
Well, I don't know coming into the year that any of us expected these numbers or expected a wholesale change. Quite honestly, we spent a lot of time in the offseason discussing other topics, but I think the challenge each week is understanding how the crew's calling it, and that's the biggest thing as a league we need to improve on is the consistency from crew to crew. That being said, we need to reduce and understand how they're being called currently. And, we just finished meeting as a team going through some of the penalties. That part of it's going to have to change for us offensively.
Yeah, a lot of holding penalties in that Dallas game on Sunday. Although I do think that there was a and Reverend Deuce Wyndham, who writes for The Athletic, does Saints game film breakdown, did a really good job of pointing this out. I think that the people think that offensive line was a bit worse than it actually was on Sunday against the Cowboys. Yes, there were penalties, but they actually graded out pretty good. And when you had to have it at the end of the game, they kicked ass. So I think that they can fix this problem. And as far as Will Smith goes, man, just good for him and his family and all of his friends to see him honored in that way because he absolutely deserves it.
Drew Brees was speaking on WWL radio on Wednesday night talking about his top priority now that he's trying to get back on the field.
Rehab is priority number one, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed is, getting this thumb back to 100% and, trying to follow the doctor's orders and also trying to push it, a little bit. As far as, my role with where I can help with the team just in regards to the game planning and, different things, whether it be at practice or whether it be during the game, just kind of another set of eyes, more observation, and wherever I can help, I'm always there to do that.
Brees updated his strength and what he can do right now.
It's getting stronger. Literally every day has been like a huge jump, just in regards to strength and the everyday stuff I can do now. Like I can brush my teeth, I can floss my teeth, I can, eat with my right hand, I can, pick up a glass, full of water or a water bottle or something. Just those little things you kind of take for granted, but those are, I couldn't do that a few days ago.
There you go. So he's
Show
on
of
the road
hands
to
from the
recovery.
room. Who flosses every day? Wow.
I use a
That's 0
water
for 5.
pick.
Okay, I was
use
about to say, T-Bob got me on this water pick thing. So
Yeah,
I do
I use
that.
a-
That's the same thing, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you do it every day?
Every other day.
Okay. Yeah, I do about
So
twice.
not
a week.
every day.
I do about twice a week, but water pick's great.
If you're not
Flossing's
flossing
really hard.
every day, you're not flossing every other day, Jordy.
It's true. Have you ever heard of a water pick though?
I have.
Yeah, they're really great. It's really easy. Squirts all. You'll be surprised the amount of stuff that's probably hiding up in your mouth.
Would
when
you
use
endorse
it.
the product, Nathan?
Oh, absolutely.
As far as breezing his thumb goes, Jordy, do you want to take any more shots about him warming up pregame? Because it seems to be working. That's what I thought. Get to the next story.
Los Angeles
Shout
and
out
Seattle
Breezes.
play tonight, Thursday night football. The Rams are favored by 1 in CenturyLink Field tonight versus the Seahawks.
Yeah, kind of crazy. I've seen about 7,000 times on the Get Up screen this morning, but the ESPN FPI Index has this basically as mathematically a true like 50-50 game. So fingers crossed we might actually have some good Thursday night football.
Wasn't Rivers the only one talking trash about Breeze?
No, y'all were kind of
All right.
teaming up. I remember because you said you got a
I was
bunch of
on.
texts. You got a bunch of people hitting you up.
Zion flying through the air, catching a sidelines out-of-bounds alley-oop from Lonzo Ball was the story of day 2. If you're watching online at 1045ESPN.com, the film is running. Alvin Gentry celebrating under the basket. The media had just been allowed into practice. I think like 3 minutes before they ran this play, they opened the doors, let the media in. The
How about
cameras
that?
start rolling, and Zion catches one off the top of the square from Lonzo to throw it down.
Okay, keep this playing. And we're all breaking down the Zion dunk, and absolutely it's great. Look at the quick release and accuracy from Lonzo.
know.
Kind of looking like he's chilling.
It's kinda like a no look.
And then one-handed out of nowhere, like a quarterback, gets it out his hand, and, well, Zion finishes, man. I love to see it.
Another storyline through 2 days of Pelicans training camp is Lonzo Ball's jump shot that has taken a little bit of reformation in the offseason as Lonzo looks like he's got a brand new jumper now, a part of the Pelicans. Major League Baseball last night, Charlie Morton silenced the powerful Oakland Athletics on the mound, and the Tampa Bay Rays beat Oakland as its own game with a 5-1 win in the AL wildcard round Wednesday night. The Rays now head to Houston for the ALDS beginning on Friday. I've got my tickets. Me, Little J, and the old man are going to be there for the 1 o'clock start. I'll be out tomorrow morning.
Nice. By the way, Brody Miller going to fill
Nice.
in for you. So if you like the Hold That podcast, it'll be a little cross-promotion on OTB tomorrow.
Thursday night, game 1s of the NLDS. The Cardinals are in Atlanta taking on the Braves, and the Nats are out west taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tonight, some local high school game here that used to really be one of major interest. University High is hosting Parkview Baptist. Different characters on the sidelines now, but still the same prideful programs. Kickoff 7 o'clock at Richard Gill Stadium here in Baton Rouge on LSU's campus. First meeting for those two heavyweights since 2016.